PM.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, what is it, the warrant book will be
Town
out.
report. will
The
be-
town report will be out and it'll be in there, so everybody can review whatever, so when we go to the town vote, you already know what article it's gonna be, and
Okay.
that way when it comes up, you can yay, nay, or whatever.
Oh, is it just out loud? Is
It's
it
out
like
loud.
that one? That's
No,
how it
no,
works?
it's by show of hands.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's really close and then they go to a ballot.
Are there any playgrounds that exist that are similar to what we're looking at? That, we could just run, if somebody wanted, they can run over, like one.
Like the,
I mean, like this company here, do they have any installed anywhere, or?
This company, they just did one in Naples, and they have a really nice one, he said, in Auburn, which is,
Uh-huh,
has all the handicap amenities.
Naples is close enough, yeah. I mean, if I wanted to go look at, check it out,
yeah,
Naples, okay, thanks.
there's one down in Portland that's all inclusive. I'm trying to get the address, and I only know about it because my daughter had mentioned it.
Would that be done, Darren Oaks?
I was thinking that it was in the big park, but I'm thinking it's
That's
Darien
Darien
Oaks.
Oaks, yeah.
That probably has a latte stand with it too, from
Probably.
Portland.
But she says it's huge and it's all inclusive, so I wanna go take a
It
peek,
is a great
so.
Yeah,
Do you guys have any,
Question.
yeah?
Well, you mentioned it has to be a certain distance away from the ball field for safety reasons.
Anything new, yeah.
Okay, and a couple of people, when it was kicked around at the select meeting the other night, they were talking about moving here. A lot of people had a concern about it being so far from the ball field that the younger ones couldn't be swinging while the older ones were playing. So it's more likely gonna be out that way.
That is what we would
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
yes.
that seems to work better.
I
Yeah,
think its
if-
safety is,
Yeah, and what's the
Priority.
setback from the ball field, do you know?
75 feet.
Okay, that's not unreasonable.
That's even easy enough to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Throw some numbers around, and with my hearing, I don't get it very well. But whatever we do, half of it will come from this grant,
if we get it,
if we get it.
yes.
Okay, so,
That's right.
They will do a matching grant, so every money that we raise, they will match it,
one. Is it up to
okay, so this thing will be
up to
as
500,000.
What was that again?
They will match up to 500,000.
I would hope we're not gonna spend that
No.
much.
Not my goal.
So the size of this thing will be determined by how much money the town decides it wants to raise, and this company will match half of it if we get the grant.
Yes,
Right, but
Okay.
if what the select board did was putting the 180,000 on the thing, if for some reason we don't get the grant, we have some money to start working on building our own.
We did one of these in Falmouth back in the 80s where we raised some money as a group, and then we put it together. You know, we were on hand to
Yep.
help construct it.
there
That
was
saved a lot of money.
the group, that was the volunteers. I know they did some fundraising. I got some of the paperwork where they raised like an additional $6,000 to go towards what the town and what the grant was footing, so. I'm sure as we get closer, if we look like we're going to be needing a little extra money, I hate to say it, guys, but we might have a fundraiser, so spaghetti dinner or something, and I think the town will come together to,
Yeah, because all these new ones, most of them are nuts and bolts.
yep,
Right,
It's just a big erector set, that's what they are.
yep.
but if you look, I mean, I got some brochures here that I can pass around, but they start anywhere from 117,000 and go up.
Oh, I
So
don't know.
that's the
I
starting.
don't know.
Usually,
They've
yeah,
got, for,
And I know we're waiting on a quote.
for one that is similar in size, we're trying to keep,
see this one right here, just,
That would be like the starting point at 117.
that's 44.
that's
Oh,
40,
44.
Yeah.
That's 44,000 for one like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
But-
saw that online as well.
But they have some that start at 117,000 and then they go up.
And that would be the size of the wooden playground now.
Right.
I
Well-
will be honest that the ones that we're looking at, if we're gonna talk all inclusive,
Yeah,
they are a little bit more money. You're looking at starting like around 150.
Yeah, Doug-
150.
Yeah.
yeah, Doug said that for the comparable to what we have, and to have it ADA and handicap, your baseline is probably 150, and you're probably more like 180.
And we, as town, are saying 180 is what we have, so it's at like 360.
No.
I don't understand that.
180, the 180 is if the town approves it at the,
So if we
Okay.
go to vote and they say no, they wanna knock it down to 100,000,
Okay,
then we have $100,000 to, and that this company, grant people, could match that, so we'd have 200,000.
that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand. So whatever is voted at on that day, it'll be
Yeah.
matched.
And because
locally
we
by
are 2 years out, I'm hoping we don't have to, but if we had to go back to the town next year and say we need another 20,000 to match this grant to make it this, we would have one more year to do so. But that is not my goal.
Okay.
So, when we vote in June, we won't know if we're gonna get the grant or not.
Correct.
yeah, cause we can't apply for the grant until June of 26.
Okay, so it's gonna be hard to put a number on it if you can't.
That's why we started at up to 180,000, and then that way, we know at that point, if that grant falls through, we have this money to do what we need to do, to make sure that the kids and families of this town have a place to go that is safe and
Hopefully we'll get a
Quality.
grant.
Terry,
Yeah,
you had a
I
question.
do, I have two questions. First, thank you all very much for doing this. I'm probably jumping the gun a little bit, but I know you said you probably won't need the committee anymore. I'm just wondering if there could be a secondary committee that, even if we got the town to all share, as far as going around weekly and checking the playground for vandalism or theft. It seems ludicrous to put all this money into a playground if it is going to be destroyed and not monitored.
Mhm.
So I think instead of everybody complaining about putting it on to all on Cliff or all on Willie, maybe we could, I mean, I know Bill and I would volunteer 1 week a month.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Come to the selectmen's meeting on Tuesday and take it to the select board.
I watch the selectmen's meeting
Yeah.
every week, and I
But-
don't come
but-
because I would get arrested.
My goal is to, if we have to, have some type of security cameras. We already have some on the outside of the
Sure.
rec center.
I know, but if it's gonna be back further, I don't know how.
I-
I'm just
Something
saying,
has to be
what-
done.
It does, and that should be part of our safety.
Or
Black
approach,
board.
if you don't wanna come to
Yeah.
the select meeting,
Good.
approach one of the selectmen and make your suggestion so they can bring it to the meeting on Tuesday.
I can't make brownies right now, and the only way Ricky only listens to me when I do it. So,
But
my
that
other
should be part of the
quick
safety
question,
part of it.
and this is for you, Willie, this is for down the road, and this is me remembering when my grandson was out here and playing. When you have rec in the summertime, I know like in the summertime when you have swimming lessons and the kids are on the dock and they're doing swimming lessons, the public is not on those docks during the swimming lessons. If rec is out there, is that gonna stop the public from being on it during rec time?
No, so as far as the swimming lessons are only at, the one beach.
Yeah,
for
I get that, and
certain amount of time, so I just wanna explain that, so
Sure.
anybody that's listening understands that.
Oh, okay, no, and I
That's
totally
not the
get that.
case.
It's the same at Woods Pond, when they're doing swimming
Right.
lessons, that dock is for that.
So there, unless we had some special event someday, we've never had to close the playground for anything,
I just remember when Alex was in, there was a couple of times when everybody was out there, you weren't the director, and they said, this is just playground recreation.
I mean, the only time we've ever, and it's never been an issue, is like
Okay.
with the Easter egg hunt or something. If
Sure.
we were hiding eggs in that area,
All right,
we'd ask people not to go in there. But I mean, it's always been, we've never had events where we specifically use the playground and close it down, ever.
good, thank you. And
No,
you
and I would
answered all
think
my
that if
other
we're having
questions.
rec events, that any other kid out there could join in, so.
Oh, yeah.
Good, and I love the all-inclusive.
One more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been to a number of these with grandkids myself, and a lot of these have a fence around them. I know that's an added cost, but it defines the area, keeps the kid out with a dirt bike, and it also, when you got the little 2-year-old running around, it kind of keeps them in a playpen.
Yep.
And that's just another thought. I know it's another added expense, but it is a thought.
It is, and I'm gonna make that little note, so when we are looking,
We can
we can try to
try and
incorporate
add
some
that
of,
in.
Right.
into some of the
Some of
costs.
the playgrounds don't even have the fences that are, you know, fully enclosed.
Yep.
But just enough of a barrier to give grandmother time to grab him.
You do a post and rail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm that grandmother that, you know, has to run after him and grab whatever I can grab.
Yes.
You know, sometimes he slips off his shirt and keeps on going, so I'm that grandma.
Smart kid.
This outfit, Playground Guardian,
Yes,
it's online and it's listed with all of these other, it suggests in no uncertain terms, and I wrote it at the top to make sure I remembered, put a fence around your playground.
and I like that idea, honestly.
May I ask,
The only thing about a fence, is we have to keep in mind as far as like bringing in wood fiber or any type of maintenance, we gotta be able to make sure we can get like a
Double
bucket loader or a tractor.
Yeah, a
We
double
need to
gate.
make sure it's accessible for work as well.
Double,
Yeah.
double gate, and
Maintenance,
one that
yeah.
you can use every day, but a double so that you can bring in
Yeah.
some.
Yep,
is the existing playground that's right behind us here, is it open for use now?
No,
no,
So, when I hear from you folks saying it could be 2 years before we get this doing up, is the playground to be closed for 2 years?
we won't know, Bill, until the 29th,
When the woman comes to
when the woman
inspect?
comes to look at
I'm hoping she's gonna say, this, you need to replace that board, you need to replace that, and you can keep this open. This might have to go for a safety concern, then we'll take that piece of equipment off.
Yep.
I am hoping that most of that playground is going to, after the 29th, be able to be reopened.
Very good, thank you.
And speaking of that, Cliff, we need to go back out and put tape around it. Someone has torn all the tape down, if you can do that, please. Or if you wanna leave it for me, I'll go out and tape it off. Thank you.
So members on the board will be able to go around with the inspector when she's here. That's recommended.
Yes,
anybody,
and-
anybody
Yeah,
that
it's
wants to
recommended.
show up, yep.
Now, the public, well, they won't be able to go around during the inspection, it just be too
They
confusing.
can be there to watch, but
Yeah,
too
yeah.
many people
Yeah, right,
trying
too
to ask
many,
her questions and do
Right.
whatever.
Too distracting, yeah.
My plan is that we just stay back and let
Oh,
her
yeah,
do it
take
unless she
notes,
calls
yeah.
somebody over for a question. I want her to go and do her thing.
And then we'll talk to her
It
after.
wouldn't be good to even, take a video of it, while she's doing it, you know, so it would be more accurate, have a record, a video record of it,
Yeah.
someone with a good cell phone, not me.
How about selecting someone to tag along with her in case she has questions, so that she's not going, hey, what's the deal over here?
We can.
We
Who
can
on
do-
the committee wants to,
Yeah.
does anybody?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll walk with her.
I mean,
Okay.
I think we planned on being there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
there. I
Sort of
just
like-
don't.
Sorry,
The
No, go
committee-
ahead.
do like two, I was trying to write for the notes, are like 2 people gonna
I
walk around
would-
with
I
her, be
would-
available?
I would hope that at least Willie and one other person would be walking with her.
Chad,
Yep.
Willie, Chad, and
And
Vinny.
we're all gonna be there, but
Up.
Yeah, anyone that's on the committee
Yeah.
can be right there with her,
Okay,
or we're gonna let her do her work.
but to give her space.
Yeah, I think what Michelle's saying is just elect somebody to be the speaker, so you don't have 4 of you.
trying to
especially
run
those
and
of us
answer
who
questions.
Don't hear well, repeating the same questions.
That, I mean, we can do that while she's walking around and stuff, but after she's done with her initial inspection, the committee should be able to ask her whatever they need to ask
Yeah.
her.
We'll meet with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
We'll get some answers that day.
Thank you.
Vinny?
Yeah, I'd like to join the committee, the playground committee. I was talking to you about it. I didn't, hear about it getting formed. So I'd like to get on board and get more involved. and
You would
help
have to bring that to the Board of Selectmen. They were the ones that created the committee.
out. Well, they told me to come here.
Oh,
At,
well,
at the selectmen's meeting, they told me to let you guys know here.
Well, double check with them Tuesday
I will,
night.
yep, I will talk with
Isn't
them
that-
tomorrow and get, cause you'll need
You were
appointment
there, right,
papers.
Ben? Did
Well, I remember you were
Gotta
asking,
ask
yes,
her.
and, yeah,
The chief.
But
Chief
doesn't
has
that
to
make it
confirm.
12 members?
It does.
You know,
Even
well,
It would be even Stevens, we'd have to get somebody else, but
Yeah,
I'm
You wanna be on the
going
committee?
to,
Not really, but my wife wants me to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I appreciate
You
that.
gotta be careful there when you put your hand up.
I appreciate that.
yeah.
Okay,
I will,
he's offering to be number 13. This
okay,
is,
and
Thank you
you're,
very much.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it okay to talk for just a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so my name's Tim. My wife and I and my family moved here about 2 months ago. I'm the director of maintenance for Storyland. I am a CPSI. I've been working at, before this, I worked at some summer camps in Pennsylvania. We had about 800 beds. We had 2 or 3 playgrounds that we looked after there, as well as a couple play structures at one of our gym and swims. So I've been living in this space for about 8 or 10 years, and just, wanted to offer help.